I'll beat your record this time for sure.
I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you for a ride.
Alright, and here is the packaging for the 2-pack of Sabretooth and Wolverine. Now this is just simple Marvel Legends packaging, nothing too crazy or extraordinary with it, but either way it is pretty cool. You have the big open window right here so you can see Sabretooth and Wolverine, and you can even see all of the accessories that they come with, so that's really cool. That's nice to see. You have nice artwork right there of Sabretooth on the side. You have nice artwork right here. Flip it on the other side, here's Wolverine. And that is pretty much it for the packaging. So let's go ahead and crack this thing open. Let's check these figures out. Alright, and here's Sabretooth and Wolverine out of the packaging. And look at this size difference. Sabretooth is towering over Wolverine here. And that is pretty accurate. Wolverine is short and Sabretooth has been known to be really tall. So that's pretty accurate. So I do like to see that there is a good size difference between these two. But since there's two figures here, and this is my first time doing a review for a 2-pack, this is going to be pretty interesting and different for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set Wolverine to the side. I mean, I don't really care for this figure. We're going to get into it. We're going to set him to the side, and we're going to focus on Sabretooth right now because he is the star of the video. And I'm going to go through all the articulation, detail, and accessories, and then we're going to switch over to Wolverine and do the same with him, and then move on with the video that way. So let's go ahead and get into the detail of this figure. Alright, look at this detail, man. Like this, the head sculpt alone looks really good. Looks really evil, mean, and just savage looking. Love all the muscle tone. I love the sculpting on this. Looks really good. He's really simple design, but man, does this look good. This looks really good. Love this. So not too much to go over with the detail, but you kind of get the gist of this. So let's go ahead and get into the articulation of this figure. So Sabretooth, he looks up that much. He can't look up too much because you got that fur right there, but he looks down a lot. Looks down a lot, which is really, really nice. And the arm right here goes up that high. And if you see right here, there is a butterfly joint. So it allows his arm to go in and out, and there's a lot of movement right there. And so that's really good. There is a bicep swivel. There is a double elbow joint right there. Looks really, really nice. And goes in, goes out a lot. And there is swivel right there at the hand. Let's take a look at the chest right here. And the ab, there's a nice ab crunch right there. Look, goes back a lot too. So much movement right here in this ab crunch. Really nice. There is a swivel at the waist. Now right here with the leg goes up like so, goes up about that high. Doesn't go back too far. The butt right there kind of gets in the way. There is a thigh cut, and the leg goes out that much. You don't get too much side motion right there. There is a nice double knee joint. There is really nice ankle pivot. Really nice ankle pivot. Foot goes down a lot. Goes up a lot as well. And I believe that is it with the articulation with this figure. So far, so good. Really, really good. Now for accessories, you get two alternate hands. You get this one right here. And you get this one right here where his fingers are a little bit more closed. And to swap them off, you just pull that. And you just take the other hand that you want to put on. Just plug that peg right in there. And there you go. Nice and easy to put on. Now the last accessory that you get for Sabretooth is you get this alternate head sculpt right here. Really, really nice looking. Got that evil grin. Whereas the one that's on him, he's screaming. This one, he's just more grinning his teeth. So let's pop this head off. There we go. Pop the other one on. There we go. Nice and easy. Same amount of movement right there. Just nice, evil looking head sculpt. Really nice. Alright, and this has nothing to do with Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I ordered this 2-pack just because of Sabretooth, because I wanted that version of Sabretooth on my display for Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and I ended up having to get this figure because he came in a 2-pack. So I'm going to go ahead and do my review of this figure as well. But this figure, I have my thoughts on it. Now this feels like an old dated figure. It doesn't feel like a new figure for what Hasbro is putting out with the Marvel Legends line as far as articulation and everything. It doesn't feel like it's up to those modern standards. So we're going to go through that articulation and I'm going to explain why. But let's go ahead and get into the detail of this figure. And here is the detail of the figure. And the detail of this figure is pretty good. The head sculpt looks really nice. That's good. And you have that chest hair right here. And there's even texturing on the shirt right there. And there's even texturing right here on the pants. So it looks like he's wearing jeans. And I love like the folds and the wrinkles down here where the jeans meets the ankle, right where the boot is. And you got the hair right here on the arm, and it's actually textured. It's not just painted on, it's actually textured. So that's really, really cool. So here is all the texturing that is on the shirt. Looks really, really nice. Good looking figure, but it's the articulation that I'm not really a fan of. So the head looks up that much, looks down a lot, which is really nice. There isn't really any side to side motion, but the head does spin around. The arm goes up that high. There is no butterfly joint on this figure. And that is one thing that I do not like. And that's why I think this may be an outdated body, or this may be an old re-release, because there's no butterfly joint. So the only kind of movement you're going to get with this figure with the arm going in or out is just in the shoulder. That's it. There is a bicep swivel. There is a double elbow joint right here. But look at that. Look at how ugly that cut is. That looks terrible. Looks terrible. So that is just another reason why I think this just feels like an old action figure. Hasbro has done a lot better with Marvel Legends with their articulation and their joints, and that just looks ugly. Looks really, really ugly. Now on the hand right here, there is a swivel. It goes in and out like so. Now right here in the torso, I hate this cut right here. I absolutely hate it. It doesn't look good. And the freaking articulation that you get on this is just abysmal compared to what you get on other Marvel Legends figures. Like, you barely get any crunch in that at all. You get some side to side motion, which is nice, but that crunch right there is just terrible. Especially when you compare it to Sabretooth. Like, look at that. That crunch, like that range of motion that you're getting out of that ab articulation. And then when you compare it to Wolverine, which he's supposed to be really agile, just nothing. Just barely anything, not anything too great. So I don't like this. I really prefer the other ab articulation cut that they use for Marvel Legends. So I don't know why this is like that. It just doesn't feel like it's even in the same line. And then right here at the waist, you just have a swivel. And a leg right here. Leg goes up. Doesn't go back too far. The butt kind of gets in the way. Leg goes out about that far. Doesn't go out too much. There is a thigh cut. There is a nice double knee joint. The boot goes down just a little bit. Goes up. And there is some ankle pivot right there. Now that is all of the articulation with Wolverine. I am not a fan of this figure. I don't like it. I ordered this 2-pack just for Sabretooth. So the fact that I don't even like this figure and it, and I had to get it with that 2-pack really makes this even worse. I just don't care for it. But let's move him to the side. Now for alternate hands, you get these 2 hands right here. And it's simple to swap out, just like with Sabretooth. Just pop that one off. Take this hand right here, that peg, plug that in there. And there you go. And for the next accessory, he comes with a hand of cards. And if you see right there on the back of the cards, it says Xavier, and you have the X-Men logo right on the center of the cards. And that other alternate hand that he comes with can hold onto these cards no problem. And the last accessory that he comes with is this alternate head sculpt right here. It's a little different than the one that is on the figure. I think this one is kind of smiling a little bit more. If you compare the two, this one here, he's like frowning, and this one right here, he's got a little bit more of a smile on his face. So not much of a difference between them. Just barely a difference. But pop that head off. Pop that one on. And there you go. Easy to swap on and off. And as we bring out the measuring tape, Sabretooth is standing just over 7 inches tall. And then Wolverine here, he is standing right at 6 inches. And so for the first size comparison, since this is Marvel vs. Capcom 2 edition, I wanted to bring in the Jada Toys Ryu, so you can see how Sabretooth stands next to Ryu. And next is the Marvel Legends X-Men 97 Wolverine. And this Wolverine is standing just about the same height as the Wolverine that comes in this 2-pack. But this Wolverine is far better because he does have that nice ab articulation, and he also has the butterfly joint. And so that Wolverine standing next to this Sabretooth, they look awesome standing next to each other. Like, that looks sick. Love it. And for another X-Men 97 figure, here is the Cyclops for that X-Men 97 line from Marvel Legends, and he looks really good. And next I wanted to bring in something a little different, so here is the Super 7 Ultimates Leonardo. It looks like Leonardo and Wolverine are about the same height. And last, here is another big figure, because I wanted to bring in something bigger to put next to Sabretooth. So here is the Star Studio Garage Hellscream. So that's going to do it for my review of the 50th anniversary 2-pack of Wolverine and Sabretooth. This 2-pack is interesting. I love Sabretooth. I bought this figure just for my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 display. This figure looks good. The articulation is amazing, fantastic. It's a great action figure, but you're getting a Wolverine figure that, for me, who I didn't really want the Wolverine in the first place, and then when you take that into account, the articulation that is just lacking, that isn't as good as some other Marvel Legends that I've had, this figure really disappoints me. So for $50 for this 2-pack, I just don't know if it's worth it just for the Sabretooth. Now, if you're a fan of this look of Wolverine, you may love this 2-pack, and it may be for you. But for me, I didn't want this Wolverine, I just wanted this Sabretooth, and so for $50, I didn't feel like I got my money's worth out of it. Now, I do have a great Sabretooth that I can put in my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 display, so that is good for me, but now I'm just stuck with this Wolverine that I just don't care for. So it really all kind of depends on you, if whether you want just Sabretooth, if you just want Wolverine, or if you want both. It's really all up to you if you feel like this $50 is worth it for the 2-pack. And this 2-pack is still available for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, and some other sites. So I'm going to have links to those down in the description below. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm Dude Retro, and I'll see you next time.